Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back! Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Beast! I forgot. Peekaboo, I see you, because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2020, the album. 2020, gosh, Peter. 2021, the album. Or 22, or 2000 BC, who cares? The album. Dad, AF. Celebrate good times, come on. Do, 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 do. I wanna celebrate good times, come on, with Lena. Happy birthday, Lena. Happy birthday, Lena. So if you guys do not know about this hat, which sits so beautifully upon my head, imagine 20 people in a pool with this hat on their heads, okay? Let me tell you the story about happy birthday, Lena. Okay, hold on. First of all, yesterday I was walking around the house and I was singing, when your lips up, but I was doing it very like Broadway. And I was like, you actually have a pretty good voice. You should put out a record. And this should be your first hit. When your lips are dry as mine, then it's Luna Beauty time. Oh, by the way, I want to thank my sponsor today for this video, Peace and Happiness. Thank you, Peace and Happiness, for sponsoring this video. All right, so anyway, if you don't know the story about Lena, let me get into the story about Lena, okay? Let me fix this hat. Look at my hair today. Ah, the heat miser. Okay, so y'all know I was just in Las Vegas, Nevada for my friend Jason's 50th birthday, okay? It was a lot of fun. I think I slept about 4 hours the whole trip. But anyway, we were in the pool one day just kind of hanging out, and I saw all these people that had this hat on, okay? And if you can't see, it says, Happy birthday, Lena! But then they slowly, throughout the day, they left, right? And I think it might look better backwards, actually. Oh, that's kind of cute, don't you think? Oh, I think that's real cute. Anyway, we're gonna leave it on like that for the video. I haven't worn a hat backwards in a video in a long time. It kind of is. Anyway, so all the people were leaving, and there was this one gal, and she was like on the daybed right next to the pool, you know? And then there was this other woman, and she was they were both wearing the hats. But the other one was in the pool, and she had the hat on, right? And she was talking to this guy, and he had the hat on. Well, there were like 20 extra hats on the daybed, see? And so the girl on the daybed, she kept on shouting to the woman in the pool. She was like, Lena, Lena. I already shared this in a video, but I have to share it again. It's so good. Lena. So finally this girl looks up. She's like, yes. And I go, are you Lena? And she goes, yes. And I go, happy birthday, Lena. So anyway, I thought it was so cute. They said that I could have one of their hats. And my friends were like, why do you want one of her hats? And I was like, happy birthday, Lena. Why are you so boring? Okay, I think we should all wear Lena's hats. So I hope somebody out there knows Lena that was just in Vegas celebrating her birthday, and then her hat will be even so much better. But anyway, that's the story of Lena and her birthday. Happy birthday, Lena! I'm wearing this hat in all my videos, trust I am. I love it so much. But anyway, so what should I talk about today? What if I just got on here and I just made up a bunch of stuff? Oh, that's what I usually do. Well, I have something to talk about with Trisha Paytas. I have something to talk about with Jacqueline Hill. And then I reached out to do a little Q&A. There's a lot of lies going on, okay? A lot of lies. We're going to talk about a lot of deceit. I think I'm going to talk about the Jacqueline Hill thing first. And then I'm going to talk about Trisha Paytas. And then if I get to it, I'm going to answer some questions for y'all, okay? I just seriously cannot look at myself with this hat. Do I need to keep it on through the whole video, or do we need to go back to that? I don't know. I kind of like it backwards. It is kind of cute backwards, though, isn't it? I do think it is kind of cute backwards. Remember I used to wear hats backwards all the time? I don't do that as much anymore. Why not? I need a good crying thumbnail. Okay, there. That should probably be good. Let's timestamp that at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And damn it, Janet, my battery is already to the halfway mark. Oh, did I thank my sponsor, Peace and Serenity? Let's get it back. Okay, you can use my code Peter. Dear God, can I please have some peace and serenity in my life? Oh, hashtag code Peter. All right, so let's talk about the Jacqueline Hill thing first. Okay, my battery died. I don't know where I was at. I don't know what I was talking about, but happy birthday, Lena! I don't know what hat I was wearing. I think I took this one off and put the other one back on, but now I'm kind of feeling this hat again. Anyway, so I'm going to go back because the only place I know to start out is with the Jacqueline Hill drama. Okay, so this is what happened, okay? Here's the story about Jacqueline Hill. Jacqueline Hill, she put out this tweet, okay, today, and it said, some of y'all think things, take things so serious you can't even enjoy life to the fullest, you know? And so I'm like, what is this about? This Shirley, and don't call me Shirley, can't be about this tweet that she put. I just cannot take myself seriously in this hat. I just can't. So anyway, I'm like, and I don't know if I like it backwards or whatever, but anyway, I need like a really good... a crying thumbnail. I guess Jacqueline Hill could probably teach me how to do one of those. But anyway, so I'm like, what is Jacqueline Hill going on about? Okay, what are people coming for now? Or does Jacqueline Hill have a new product coming out? Is that what's going on here? Jacqueline Hill got a new product coming out, so she's trying to stir up some petty drama. Don't nobody care about something like this, Jacqueline, okay? I will say this. I have to tell you, I've been getting a lot of questions on my Q&As about what do I think about Jacqueline Hill doing her weight loss journey and all that. I think that's fantastic. I love that she's doing it. I love that. I really do. I have said for a long time, girls, she don't want to do makeup, don't do makeup. Do something else that you love and that you feel inspired to do it. I love that, okay? So anyway, all these people in the comment section, well, most of them are real supportive of Jacqueline. Like, yeah, people can't get a joke. There are a few people in there who are like, Jacqueline, you can't take a joke either, right? Because whenever the haters are out for Jacqueline, she always has to say something about it, right? So then all these people are going and talking about her Instagram story. So I go over and I look at Jacqueline Hill's Instagram story, and I'm like, oh, sure enough, it is about this tweet that she put out yesterday, okay? So the tweet that Jacqueline Hill put out yesterday says, my boyfriend cheated on me in my dream last night, so we will not be speaking today, okay? Now, Jacqueline has highlighted some of these comments that she has received on the Instagram story, okay? So let me go in here, and I will read you some of the comments that she has received. Well, first of all, I want to say, hold on, what's the name on this? Hold on, they don't say their name, okay. Wild A said something, hey, it's my 30th on the 28th. I would adore a birthday shout out. Okay, celebrating listening to Rufus de Sol in Puerto Rico. Oh my God, happy birthday, Wild Bag. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Anyway, happy birthday to you. Okay, so anyway, Jacqueline Hill, she got a comment that said, you really woke up today and said, I want to let the world know I'm toxic. Okay, and so she put on her Instagram story, the amount of people on Twitter that don't understand a joke is so hilarious and corny at the same time. It's so hilarious and corny that, in fact, you have to screenshot it, put it on your Instagram story, and bring attention to it, okay? So then somebody else commented and said, really hope this is just a bad joke. Ignoring someone because of what he did in a dream is manipulative and gross. And making a joke like this reinforces stereotypes about petty women. And Jacqueline Hill, again, screenshot it and put it up there and said, like, do you guys really take life this serious? Really? Do you? I do, sometimes, obviously. Happy birthday, Lena! Somebody make that into a meme. Or a Giphy. Are they Giphies or what are they? Do you remember back in the day in Real Housewives, somebody swore it? Who was it? Was it Phaedra that said it was called a meme? I still love that. Okay. Then someone else put, this is toxic, sis. So effing toxic. Like, you even acknowledge that you know it didn't really happen, yet you're going to punish him for what your brain made up? If it's a joke, delete the tweet. If you're serious, reevaluate your life and then delete the tweet. Okay. Well, you told her, didn't you? And Jacqueline put, this keeps getting better and better, and I'm not deleting SHI to learn how to take a joke. Okay, so here's my question to all you out there, okay? Do y'all not have boyfriends, girlfriends, partners? Has this never really happened to you before? I cannot tell you, okay? This has happened to me, truly, okay? And it has happened to my husband, too, I know. Because he's told me. He'll, like, wake up and be like, oh, my God. You know, like, I was so mad at you in my dream last night, and like, we're broken up. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so upset. And then he starts laughing. I've had the same dream, Jacqueline. I feel you, girl. Okay, I feel you. Okay, and then people want to psychoanalyze it and be like, oh, this happened, or you're worried about. Girl, it's a dream. Okay, it's a dream. And that it is a joke, and it is funny. Okay, the reason why it's funny is because it's happened to the majority of the people out there. Who has that not happened to? Like, whenever that happens to me, like, I'll call my good Judy Tanya, and I'll be like, my friend Tanya and her husband have been together 35 years. They're the most secure, monogamous couple you have ever seen in your entire life. And I'll be like, girl, I gotta tell you something. She'll be like, what? Because sometimes I'm too embarrassed to tell my husband, you know? And I'll say, I had a dream last night that my husband was cheating on me, and I packed my bags and left, and I was so done with him and everything in the dream. And she starts laughing. She's like, girl, if I tell you how many times I've had that dream with my husband, that's what's funny about it is we've all had the dream, okay? So the joke's on you that's taking it too serious. Why are you taking it so serious? It's like, please don't take it so serious that there's an old man on a hat on YouTube with, happy birthday, Elena. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. How about that for a thumbnail? All right, let's get into, speaking of lies, let's get into the Trisha Paytas thing. All right. So, here's the story. I have been sent this DM by so many people that feel like they have clocked the truth on Trisha Paytas, okay? I mean, there's 9 million things that we could talk about with Trisha Paytas, but the thing that people want to talk about the most, okay, is that Trisha Paytas is apparently wearing a fake engagement ring, okay? That's what we want to talk about, okay? Didn't Jacqueline Hill used to get accused of this too? She did. Okay, now I have addressed this kind of thing with like Tana Mojo, with Tana Mojo's fake marriage to Jake Paul. Okay, that's one thing. Trisha Paytas has had their engagement ring on for like almost a year now at this point. In fact, when I started getting sent this story, hey, story, Morning Glory, I went in and I looked at all the engagement pictures of Moses and Trisha because I wanted to see if it was the same ring that people were talking about. Now, what happened was, and I'm not going to show it on here because YouTube doesn't like these things. YouTube likes family friendly. And I'm a family friendly channel over here in case you didn't know that, YouTube, okay? But Trisha Paytas, she put up the middle finger on her Instagram story on a post. And she's got their ring front and center right on the picture, right? So now people have taken that picture and they've reversed it or whatever, and they found out that for the price of $239 or something like that, you can buy the exact same ring on Amazon, okay? So people are like, oh, Moses got Trisha Paytas a $239 ring from Amazon. First of all, okay, let's play this out in real time. Nobody has talked about this being a fake ring until Trisha Paytas threw up her middle finger on Instagram. That's first things first. Okay, number one. Number two, could it possibly be a deflection tactic? Number three, I don't think that Trisha Paytas thought that anybody would say anything about this. Number four, okay, in having looked up Tana Mojo's fake ring, which was a fake ring because other influencers had worn it in sponsorships, and that's how people found out it was a fake ring. What I did find out, okay, was for almost any cut of a diamond engagement ring, no matter how big and extravagant, no matter how small and tiny, there is a replica out there on Amazon, on replica jewelry sites, just like there are replica watches, replica bags, replica all this kind of stuff, okay? Just to say that you can buy it on Amazon for $239 does not mean that Trisha Paytas and Moses did buy it for $239. So the fact that people are implying that this is a fake ring, when let's just be honest, okay? Trisha Paytas could go into any jewelry store in Beverly Hills and with cash, okay? The girl drives a pink Rolls Royce, okay? With cash, could go in there and buy any ring they wanted, right? So what's the need to fake it all this time? Or it could be a replica ring exactly like the real ring because maybe they keep, and I find this hard to believe because all of my friends that have very nice rings, and many of my friends do, a lot of my friends keep their ring and they're safe when they're out doing things, and they have a replica ring. And it's not exactly replica, but it's an engagement ring that's fake. I even have girlfriends of mine that are single that when they go to bars or when they go to work, they wear a fake engagement ring so men leave them alone, okay? So do I believe this is the $239 ring from Amazon? I really don't care, to be quite honest, okay? I mean, if it is, I hope their love is real. But, you know, people are like, I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know what is fake with Trisha Paytas. I don't know what's real with Trisha Paytas. I don't know even what I care about. You know, it was interesting because I put this Q&A drama thing up on my Instagram. And somebody asked me, hold on, let me get into the question, exactly how it's asked. But they said, is there like anything that Trisha Paytas could do at this point to redeem themselves? And, you know, I really thought about it for a second. Hold on, here's the question. It's at the very end. This is the very first question that I received. And this is from, hold on, let me make sure I give a shout out. This is from Nicole. Nicole said, is there anything Trisha could do to be redeemed? Or will people shoot down any apology? You know, I think that Trisha, quite frankly, is on their way out. I really do. And I think Trisha knows that. I think Trisha has collectively done so. We don't live in the world that we did 5 years ago, and Trisha Paytas has even said that. The humor is not the same. Trisha Paytas has done so many. I mean, people are bringing up now like the Anna Nicole Smith stuff. Y'all, I'm a huge fan of Anna Nicole Smith. I always have been, okay? Her story is tragic. It breaks my heart, okay? I mean, it is literally the story of addiction. It breaks my heart. I used to watch Anna Nicole. I used to watch it back in the day all the time. When Trisha Paytas put out the video and the clown makeup and all that kind of stuff, I talked about it then. I didn't think it was funny then when they did it. And when I said it in a video, everybody was like, it's just a parody. Trisha's just doing a parody. And this was literally like 3 years ago, okay? So what people thought was funny 3 years ago has even changed today. Because now people are using that Anna Nicole Smith video and they're using it as evidence that Trisha Paytas has been this horrible person for a long time, you know? It's the same thing with Shane Dawson. I didn't even know half of those Shane Dawson videos were out there because I hadn't watched him that intensely, you know? And I hadn't watched Trisha Paytas that intently either. If you watch, I've always said, I watched Gigi Gorgeous, and at the point when Gigi started doing videos with Trisha at the Ivy and all this kind of stuff was when I started kind of watching Trisha Paytas videos, but even not that much until like 5 years ago, right? So, but I think that what's happened is that the last couple years, and I really do think that the Frenemies podcast was, I just, no matter what her part in that was, their part in that was, no matter what happens with it, I think it brought so much attention to Trisha Paytas, and now it's just one thing after another. Do I think that Trisha Paytas will always thrive and be successful in some revenue in some way? Yeah, I do, you know. But do I think they're ever going to be as famous as they were before? No. I think that time has come and gone. I think we don't live in a world where you can be that problematic and people will just excuse it away, especially not with Trisha Paytas. And Trisha Paytas' videos, the like to dislike ratio now, I mean, you talk about getting ratioed, okay? Woo! I mean, it's not nice. It's just not. I mean, it's like huge, you know? And so, you know, and somebody else asked me on here, they said, does this, now that Shane Dawson told you that Trisha Paytas was a pathological liar, does it change your opinion about it? I don't know what the implication is of that question. I never doubted when Shane Dawson, just because all this stuff has come out about Shane Dawson doesn't mean that the things that Shane Dawson told me when I met with him weren't true at that time, you know? I never doubted when Shane Dawson told me the first time that Trisha Paytas was a pathological liar, okay? I mean, he said it came from his mouth. I thought, well, he knows her much better than I do, so he would know, right? So no, it doesn't change my opinion, not one bit, right? And I think, and that's the other thing, it's like, on YouTube, we can't have two problematic people at the same time, you know? It can't be that Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, James Charles, Trisha Paytas, all these people are all problematic. We can only have one problematic person at a time. Oh, Trisha Paytas is problematic now? Let's forget Gabby Hanna, right? By the way, somebody else asked me, I'm just kind of adding the questions in here. Somebody said, do you think that Gabby Hanna is done with her series? I don't think Gabby Hanna has completed her series. I don't believe there is a completed series sitting in a vault for her to just post the next video. I think she's waiting to see what the next hype is going to be and who it's going to be, and then boom, I think she'll drop her video, okay? That's what I think she is. I think Gabby Hanna is one of the most manipulative, calculating people we have ever witnessed on YouTube to this date. I think she's waiting to drop the next video when she knows there's enough hype about it or whatever. Right now, she's bored. And she's got people eating out of her hand because she's painting and singing songs and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Wait till our next song comes out. Then I guess more of the series will come out probably then, right? And then it'll be, oh, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I never wanted it to be about this drama, go watch my drama video. But my drama video, or my music song is really about my cathartic experience working through this drama. Okay, Gabby, okay. You know, it's like, just be a musician if that's what you want to be. But I will say she stayed out of the drama recently. I think if you're going to put out that much harm into the world, and you're going to have all these people that need to defend themselves, like Joey Graceffa and Daniel Prada, I do think you should come out at some point, or Alex James, and actually address their counterclaims to what you said, and said, hey, I must have had it wrong, or I lied, or whatever. Or I think she should come out and say, I decided to not do the series that I marketed so much any further because there's no point to it, because people are just going to shoot me down because they have more truths than I do. But she can't do that because Gabby Hanna is not an authentic human being. She just isn't. She lives for the views, and she has for a very long time. The views mean more to her, you know? Guys, go read the studies. And I'm not saying that they don't. I mean, I've said this on here for years. Any YouTuber wants views on their videos. Why wouldn't they, you know? But it's like, go read any of the articles about like the neurotransmitters and all of that kind of stuff related to likes on Instagram and views and all this kind of stuff. I mean, the generation that grew up with that is so skewed going forward. I was just talking on somebody asked me on my Peterisms channel, which is where I read meditations, I share personal stories. Today I shared a real personal story over there. People ask me, you know, like, what video should I start with? I don't know, just start with one and watch them all, I guess, you know? But I was sharing a story in there today about a friend of mine. At the end of my vlog every day, I always say, if nobody else told you this today, I love you. And because I believe that, right? Like, we all need to hear I love you every single day. We all need to hear, hey, whatever you're going through, you're going to be okay. The sun is going to rise again, and things are going to get better. I firmly believe that. And I have a dear friend of mine, and there's like light or orb over here catching like that's so weird. I talked about this in my vlog last night, but going to the Zach Bagans Museum, I think I brought something home. I do. Weird stuff's been happening to our house. And no, I'm not Shane Dawson. But weird stuff has been happening in our house. I talked about it last night in my vlog. But anyway, you know, I have this dear friend of mine. She always says that to me every time I see her. And I was sharing this story with her about, you know, on my Peterisms channel about being honest with people about like being okay and like what's going on and all this kind of stuff, you know, and I was talking about how she doesn't have a cell phone, she doesn't have Facebook, she doesn't have social media, and at first I was like, how do people get a hold of you? And she's like, I got a home phone. If people want to get a hold of me, they can call and leave a message like the old days, you know, they can write me a postcard, they can show up where I'm at. I don't need to have a cell phone and have somebody be able to get in touch with me 24 hours a day. This new generation, I mean, even my generation, you know, I've had a cell phone since I was in my 20s. You know, this whole new generation, they don't know how to live without the likes and all that kind of stuff. And Gabby Hanna, I think, is a product of that. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the ring with Trisha Paytas. Who'd care about all that? Let's get to the question, okay? Let me know what you think about the ring. So, okay, I need my reading glasses. Hold on a second here. How do the reading glasses look with the oh, they look kind of cute. Okay, somebody, I can't pronounce some of these names on Instagram. Somebody asked me, who do you think murdered Tim Kono? Well, that's funny that you asked because I was just catching up with it last night. So they're referring to the show on Hulu, which is called Only Murders in the Building. And I don't know who I think killed Tim. I think it's going to be, I don't know who I think. It's not Sting. It's not Sting. Okay, let's read another question. I'm going to go in here at the beginning and see what the beginning questions are. Okay, not a drama question. This is from Laura. About your crumble cookies videos, can you pick up the camera to show cookies? Oh, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, let's see. Will Trisha Paytas ever be drama-free? No. I mean, that is Trisha Paytas' brand, is to be drama, you know? It's like, with Nikita Dragun. It's the same thing. Like, I don't think that Nikita Dragun knows how to not be problematic. It's like, it's her brand, you know? And I think for Trisha Paytas, it's the same thing. I think it's their brand, you know? It's like, how do I exist if I'm not doing this? You know what I'm saying? You know, it was interesting because somebody commented on my Trisha Paytas video the other day. Actually, I think I saved this comment. Let me see if I did. Hold on a second. Because I really liked this comment and I wanted to say something about it. Okay, here it is. Yes, it is. This is from Becca, and I love this comment. And this is where Trisha Paytas said in their video, I'm not that person anymore. I don't know who that person is, blah, 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 whatever. And Becca said, I hate when people say, like, that's not me, that was a different person or something similar. It's like, well, then who the F was it? People should be able to grow and change. This is where I was suggesting that video. Should people be able to grow and change on YouTube? And I said, yes, they should. The internet should allow them to grow and change. I've always said she, Trisha, needs to take time off the internet and work on herself. Like, really work on herself. Came back a totally changed person, people would flock to her. She's a likable girl, but damn, she's got to do the work. I 100% agree with this statement, okay? And there are so many people out there that I feel are very similar to that. You know, it's like Nikocado, Avocado, Amber Lynn Reed, these people that torture their bodies in exchange for views, right? Like, which is tragically sad to me. And I don't watch them anymore as a result of that. Like, I see things come up about them, but I don't follow it regularly. And I said that to Amber Lynn like years ago. I said, if you hired a nutritionist and all this kind of, people would come back to your channel. I mean, you would be such an inspiration to and motivating to so many people. And it's a big, you know, F you to the haters that never believed in you. Trisha Paytas is the same way, you know. I said it in my video the other day. If Trisha Paytas went and took some time off the internet, 6 months or a year, really got some real help, you know, healed their relationships with people in their life, healed their relationships with Ethan and Hila and other people around them, family that should be important, and came back a different person and talked about that and did hauls and let me show you my house and videos with me and Moses, people would still like that. I think Trisha is so afraid of, who am I if I'm not in the middle of the drama, right? But they're not going to know until they try. And I really think they're going to have to try at some point. Okay, let's get back into a few more of these questions. All these people asking me about Trisha. What do you think about Jacqueline's journey? I'm loving it. I think chef's kiss. Congratulations to Jacqueline on that. Boxers or briefs? Well, it kind of depends on the mood, but I really like boxers. I think boxers are cute. Let's see. What do you think Shane Dawson's first video back will be? I don't think he even knows at this point, but I did a whole video about that. Where is the drama phone? Sitting right over there. Jane and Vivian have been on vacation for a while. Does the drama ever wear on you? No, not really that much anymore. You know, I've kind of thought about, like, should I mention this in a video and should I not, because it's such a sensitive topic? So Smokey Glow did a fantastic video. Hannah did a fantastic video about why she took off time on the internet. And I really felt for her in the video, you know? And there was a time when if something popped off, and she said in her video, and I'm glad that, you know, she's taking care of herself. I think that's fantastic. And I also think it's fantastic role modeling to share that with her audience. I was really inspired by that video, you know, because I think sharing our truth, and I talked a lot about this in my Peterisms video today, I think sharing our truth and where we're at and telling on ourselves, I think is, and just sharing where we're at, I think is sometimes like the most helpful thing to people, just to say, this is what's going on with me, you know. So I was really impressed with that. But there was a point where Hannah said something about she would be like at family things, or she would be like out doing something and something would pop off. And so she would go into like a corner to try to like listen to a video. And, you know, I've seen that a lot with other drama commentary channels. I mean, there's tons of us out there now, right? There was a time when there was only 5 or 6 of us. And I would do that, you know? It's like my husband and I would be watching a movie and something would happen and I would be like, I need to make this video. Like, I either need to go to my car or I need to pull up the ring light. Like, I need to make the video now. I don't do that anymore. I just don't, you know? I'll sit here and happen to just check Twitter, you know, once every couple hours, and I'll get all these DMs and somebody will say, oh, Trisha Paytas just posted a video. And I'm like, well, it can wait till later, you know, or I'll post a video tomorrow, I guess. You know, I just don't, and you know, maybe it's hurt my views. Maybe it's hurt my subscribers. Maybe it's hurt, you know, my viewership. But it has only helped my, my mental health. I don't get bogged down by the drama anymore. I think people really have a hard time believing, because I got several questions like this on here, actually. As a drama channel, do you ever feel too invested in the drama? No, I don't. I think people don't really understand that, like, when I turn off the camera, I like turn off the camera, you know? Yesterday, I watched 2 podcasts back to back to do a video. That's a lot that I invested in a day, you know? But no, I don't feel too invested in it. It's very much for me like watching The Real Housewives. If you watch my video that I did with my friend Tanya, like, I get really heated about that stuff, you know? So it's very similar to me on that level. I don't have the love relationship that a lot of you have with these people. I just don't, you know? Because having interacted with them, 99% of what you see is fake, calculated, and manipulated anyway. It's not really who they are. And they put on these huge productions, and then they turn off the camera, and they're like, okay, let's go to Maggiano's and have dinner. Let me throw up this video where I've destroyed, you know, all these people and said all these things. But they just go on with their life. That's their channel, right? And they know that. And now that I know that, like, I don't engage in all of that anymore. I'm like, okay, let them spin and let me take care of myself. And I think that for any drama channel, any commentary channel, that would be the one piece of advice I would give is don't ever put the drama, your channel, the views, any of that ahead of your family and things. I don't, of any of us that I've ever talked to, I would have to say, of any of the drama channels I've talked to, there's never been a point when one of us haven't done that. And I think we learned from that. I think you go through that. And maybe it's not just a drama channel thing. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. I don't know, you know. But no, I don't do that anymore. And I'm glad that when I saw that and Hannah share that, I was like, girl, I've been there, you know. Like, I have been there before. Where I'm literally willing to cancel like a dinner, you know, because I'm like, oh, I got to get this video up. I'm not willing to do that today. I'm just not. And whatever's going on can wait till tomorrow. So... But I think it's an interesting question. I think it's interesting that I got that question quite a bit on here. Steph asked, why do you think cancel culture doesn't work? Well, I don't know that I necessarily believe or love the idea of cancel culture anyway, but I think the reason that it doesn't work is that you're going to always have people that are going to, no matter what, like, what one person excuses is different than what another person excuses, or what one person thinks is offensive is different than what another one does. So it's not going to ever work because you're never going to get everybody to say, okay, I'm done with this. Like, this person is completely done. I think we have seen that happen on YouTube a few times, but what has happened with those people is that they've kind of taken the loss. They're like, okay, this has been like, this is so bad that I'm out of here at this point, you know? And I think, you know, some people like the family vlogger Shay Carl back in the day, you know, like I think there's been some other channels that's kind of happened to. I could see that happening with the Ace family. And I think I could see that happening with Trisha Paytas, where at some point Trisha's just like, I'm out. Like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I think it would be really tough to have all of this opinions and whatever, which is why I completely stress or consistently stress taking time off. Go take care of yourself because it has to be a lot, you know? All right, let's get a couple more questions. Which influencer do you roll your eyes at the most? Jeffree Star, without a doubt, 100%. Do you think Shane is still planning on making a comeback? I talked about that in my video yesterday. He talked about it in his the SIP podcast. He addressed exactly what his plan is. Okay, in your opinion, this is from Ginger. Will Trisha ever come back from their latest drama, Wolfpack for Life? Woof woof! OG Wolfpack. Not from the recent one. I don't think there's anything that Trisha can really say, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's a lot. Who would play you in the movie for TV movie about the implosion of the beauty room? Oh, probably Daniel Craig or Andy Cohen, don't you think? Brad Pitt? I don't know. Who do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that Ethan and Hila and Trisha will ever make up? Yes, I do. But I do think that Ethan and Hila taking time and setting a boundary and saying we don't want anything to do with you right now is super healthy. I think that's a lesson to all of us. I talk about boundaries with toxic people all the time on my Peterson's channel. I mean, it's something I've had to do. I'm sure it's what people have had to do with me before. You know, I mean, I think it's a really healthy move in life. But that's just one part of it. Then Trisha needs to go and get the help, you know? And then maybe that can heal over time. Do I think it would be bad for them to ever sit in a room with like a real counselor? And, you know, Dr. Drew is great and all that kind of stuff, but like within a real room that's not for video, that's not for views, yeah, I think that would be real helpful for their family. The effect of a family is what makes me the saddest about all of this going down. Okay. Manny MUA saying that he is not following Shane Dawson because of past, but I didn't know that Shane Dawson said that. Or that Manny MUA said that. I didn't know that. What kind of camera do you use to vlog? I use a Canon G7X Mach 3, I think. I don't know. It's what everybody uses. I'll save the other questions for later. Maybe I'll do another one later in the week. Anyway, I love you guys, and as always, don't forget, happy birthday, Elena! I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.